And he's back doing another video. And this one is kind of about the Confederate flag. Now, I know with all the controversial topics and everything else that Confederate flag rant may be a little bit, overdue, or not overdue, but kind of like past, the modern problems and time. But the reason why the Confederate flag was brought up was due to the South Carolina shooting in the black church with 9 people dying. Now, some people may be asking themselves, Axel, why are you doing another rant on the Confederate flag? Well, this one isn't really about the Confederate flag per se. It's about why the guy did it. So let's pack our lips, Copenhagen straight, and let's get down into today's video. Now we have a kid, a white teenager, who was brought up in an abusive home, neglected from his father, neglected from his stepmother, neglected from his biological mother. This is the news that most people don't want to talk about. Now, due to his neglectfulness and the fact that he never had a positive male figure in his life, as well as not having any real essential family morals brought into his life, he dissociated himself through drugs, video games, and kind of just staying in his room and only going to school. Never worked. He never really was a part of society, and he didn't have that many friends. His father was a religious person who went to church a lot. However, the church, the select few friends that he did have, and everyone else that was around him didn't care about the threats that he made. He made threats. 6 months in advance, before the shooting, he said that he was going to go out and kill people. And through his father, he got money and got a gun. Oh, of course the fucking camera falls, because if a blooper doesn't happen in fucking Lepecca's video, what fucking doesn't? Sorry. Anyway, everyone ignores this kid, and then one day he just walks into a church and shoots 9 people. And through all of this, while the blood is still drying on the victims, we're all jumping to conclusions that it was white supremacy, that it was that we need more gun control. Now we turn to the Confederate flag. How low are we willing to go in society to blame a flag for this shit? This is nothing. How low are we willing to go to blame a flag? And the fucked up part is that we, as a society, don't want to face the real problems. Let's not pay attention, because this kid never stated that he was racist and that he hated black people. He never, quote unquote, said that he wanted to start a race war, but he was fueled by the neglectfulness of his household. That doesn't sound like a racist to me. That sounds like somebody that has a buyout, that has a mentally that has a mental problem. Why do we want to blame a flag when obviously it wasn't the flag? He's not a bull. He didn't see red and then fucking said charge. He was dissociated through society, chose mind altering drugs, and basically became what a mentally abused person usually does. He became violent. No steady figure in his life, male figure in his life. No real sense of home, lovingness, cuddliness. And I know that's not everybody. Some people can have a bad, home life and then turn out great in society. But for those who don't, I mean, what are we to do? Why can't we blame the real problem here? What actually made him shoot those people? No, we decided to blame it on a flag because he flew the Confederate flag. He's from South Carolina. Obviously, he has an attachment to the flag. I mean, I'm up here and I have ancestry that flew the Confederate flag. That's why I fly it, and I love the damn flag. It's a state right flag. It's not about racism. It's not about, we ignore all the facts about the Civil War, the real facts on the Civil War. Northern aggression, moral tarnish. 18% of the goddamn population paying 2/3 of the federal government's tax. Only 4 to 5% of the people in the South owned slaves. Okay? And the North had slaves too. And before the Civil War started, Lincoln freed the slaves in the South. So where exactly does racism really come in to anything of this flag? Especially considering it's not even the Confederate flag. The real Confederate flag is 13 stars and a little blue square with 2 red stripes and a white stripe in the middle. That's the real Confederation flag. That is the national Confederate flag. There are 3 national Confederate flags. This is a battle flag. It had nothing to do. This is what the Confederate Army flew with in battle. So, where exactly, does this all come into play? Society just wants to start a race problem, and this flag is an easy target. Anybody that is uneducated calls this the Confederate flag. This is the battle flag of the Southern Army. I don't understand what's so incomprehensible about this and what's really messed up about this, when in reality is this flag had nothing to do with slavery. Want to talk about the high taxes that the South was paying? That's what started the Civil War. Want to talk about Northern aggression? That's what started the Civil War. This whole racist bullshit behind this flag, it was nothing but ignorance at its finest. And the fact of the matter is that we as a nation are going to fall if we don't learn to just accept each other for what we are. I've said this in many videos before, and I'll say it again. If we start separating each other off beliefs, we start separating each other from race and flags, it's just going to turn into a crock of bullshit that no one's going to be able to fix. And the fact that most people don't see it is even the sadder truth and just pathetic in my eyes, because as a nation we are supposed to stand tall and stand together or we fall. That's unfortunately what is going to happen. Take it like a grain of salt and say I'm wrong? Sure. But the truth of the matter is that we as a people no longer stand with each other, but we stand apart. And when we don't stand together, shit goes down. So this is my rant on the Confederate flag and this whole Carolina shooting. Look out for more Lip Packer videos. They're gonna all be re-uploaded again. We're gonna be creating more videos, and I might do how Lip Packers can offend you will be coming back soon. We're just thinking of topics. So yeah, guys, see ya.